Hey everyone, I'm Wes Tate with BELLA+CANVAS. Special effects aren't just for Hollywood blockbusters. It can also be for screen printing. We have a special two-part video series to show you two trending special effects features in printing: Brittle Base Ink and Blacklight Ink. To get a better understanding of these techniques, our own Tom Davenport took a trip to visit our friends at Printed Threads in Fort Worth, Texas. This first video is all about Brittle Base Ink. We'll learn everything about this product from creating your design to the final product. Before we get started, go ahead and subscribe to our channel and click on that bell icon. That way you don't miss part 2 of this video series. I'll turn this over to Tom, who can teach us everything we need to know about Brittle Base Ink.
Hi there, I'm Tom Davenport, Decoration Specialist with BELLA+CANVAS. Printing with Brittle Base Ink is a technique which produces very unique results. After the printing and curing process is complete, you actually stretch and pull the printed image, causing the print to crack and break apart. This creates a great vintage and worn look that is really popular in streetwear right now. To get the best results with Brittle Base Ink, we can do some manipulation of our artwork in Photoshop. To aid in achieving the worn look, we can add some digital effects, starting with a border to frame the photo element with a rough edge. Type layers are then added to the design, and a light distressing filter is applied to the text element, giving a slightly weathered visual texture. With our design complete, we have to prep the digital file for screen imaging through a process called color separation. Here, pixels are pulled from the composite image and placed into spot channels, with each channel corresponding to a screen that will be imaged. Eventually, these pixels will be converted to halftones through a raster image processor, or RIP. These tiny halftone dots of varying size are what produce the shading effects in print. Once all the colors have been separated, they're ripped into digital files which can be read by a computer-to-screen or CTS machine in the screen-making process. Coating is the first step in the life of a screen. Liquid emulsion is machine applied onto both sides of the screen mesh. Once dry, the screens are ready for imaging, where the separation files are printed with the CTS machine, jetting an opaque wax directly onto the emulsion. Next, the image screens are exposed to intense light for a specified amount of time. This cures the emulsion except for in the areas covered by the opaque wax. Post-exposure, the screens are developed with a high-pressure spray of water, which rinses the opaque wax along with the underlying unexposed emulsion from the screen. The open mesh is revealed and the stencil is created. In the ink department, inks are custom mixed as required to match specified colors from the Pantone matching system. These inks are mixed by weight, carefully following a computer-generated recipe, and will be printed on top of the all-important brittle base, which achieves the vintage cracking effect.
Now, onto the press, where squeegees, flood bars, and screens are carefully loaded in the print heads in sequence. Using a registration platen to lock the screens in place ensures uniform alignment. Our inks are then applied to each corresponding screen and we're ready to test print. A garment is loaded onto the printing platen, and each color is printed in order. Flash drying between certain colors is required, as ink layers are stacked for opacity and effect. The finished print is then offloaded and placed onto the conveyor dryer to cure. Post-curing, the print is inspected for registration, detail, color accuracy, and effect. Once approved, production commences.
And finally, the effect. Our street-inspired design is completed by hand-stretching the print area, allowing the ink to break apart in a random fashion. The underbase is subtly exposed in the cracks, lending authenticity to the effect. The specialty inks combined with the hand manipulation creates variance from one print to the next, making each piece truly one of a kind.
I hope you found that design process insightful. Have you tried to decorate with Brittle Base Ink before? Let me know about it in the comments below. And stay tuned for part 2 in this series, where we get a look at designing with Blacklight Ink.